Good evening, good evening. Hello. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Just going for a little walk. So I figured to share my thoughts. I'm taking my little strolly stroll. Hold on. Okay, my bad. My bad. So yeah, so I'm going for a little stroll. Share my little thoughts with you all. Nothing crazy. So why not? Why not? People, I guess human beings in general are interesting. They're interesting. The way that their minds work are interesting. It's interesting. Hey, little run buddy. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. And something I've come to realize, I kind of feel really enlightened in a way. So, something that I have really come to realize in regards to dealing with people, human beings, it really doesn't matter, depending on who it is you're dealing with and how their mind works. It really doesn't matter how good of a person you are in general or to them, how supportive you are to them, the time and energy you put into them. None of them things really matter if you're dealing with somebody who is selfish. And one must know that when you're dealing with selfish individuals that only care about themselves, salute to JD too for wanting to look out. Yes, and I appreciate that. And I really do appreciate that. And it's crazy because it's simple things like that, right? It's simple things like that, and I appreciate that. And it was no sweat off his back, you know what I mean, to want to support me in that way. So I do appreciate that. And that reminds me, like I said, there's going to be people that you encounter in your life who are just selfish, you know? They're selfish and they're ungrateful. But that doesn't take away from who you are as a human being, as a person, and how you give it up. And you shouldn't allow that to harden you in regards to how you move moving forward. Because there's a lot of people who allow, and I spoke on this before, there's a lot of people who allow for certain situations they've encountered or people they've encountered to harden them and completely change who they are as a result of the certain type of individuals or certain things that they have encountered or endured. JB2, SBK, and OSD the realist. Yeah, for real. I support and appreciate all three of them for sure. They do their thing. They definitely do their thing. I support and appreciate all my folks, and they support and appreciate me. And I don't think that's a big ask, or I don't think that's a large ask, a big task. I don't think, in my opinion, that that's asking too much. And I appreciate it when my folks support and uplift me without me having to ask. Because if people really rock with you and they care for you, some things are just a given. To me, in my opinion, some things are just truly a given. You shouldn't even have to ask, and they're not gonna wait for you to ask. Cut that out. That's just something that I really, have come to term with. It just is what it is. It is what it is. People are gonna do what they do, and I don't really have too much to do with you. Hold on. That doesn't have anything to do with you, and you definitely shouldn't allow that to change or sway how you move. And that's a fact. It just is what it is. Some people just don't have it in them to respond in kind. And the only time they want to respond in kind is if you are quote unquote coming at them or quote unquote dragging them or throwing shade or anything in the negative sense. That's what certain people choose to highlight and focus on. But they don't have it in them to be able to respond in kind, meaning reciprocate the same type of energy that you are giving to them. That's what that means. To respond in kind when you are supporting them, when you are uplifting them, when you want what's best for them, you know, they don't know how to respond in kind to that. And when you are firm about how you feel like you should be treated, the type of support you should be receiving from somebody, when you are very firm in that way, and when you don't have any quarrels about pinpointing how somebody has no issue, and it's no question about them supporting somebody else who is negative, who what they do is negative, all they give up is negative stuff, who does not support them truly, they support them when they're able to get something out of them or because they're able to get something out of them, right? They don't have no problem supporting that type of person as opposed to somebody who, like I just said, uplifts them, supports them, all of those things. And that's without them having ever did anything for you. That is completely without you having had asked them for anything, to do anything for you. So, hey girl, sometimes all it is that you have asked or expected was just them to be there to support you the same way you support them. And really not even the same way. Because a good 7 times out of 10, the time and energy that you put into them is way more than any type of time or energy that you have required from them. And when that is the case, and the only thing you did ask or require of them was to support you and be there, and they couldn't do that, that's not on you. That's on them. Good evening, Lester. How are you? Well, I hope. V, we have NBA playoffs and WWE going on. Baseball is for whom? I haven't done no baseball talk in a minute. Baseball is not down. Playoffs, the NBA is down for me because my team is the Lakers. So I don't much care about what's going on. My team is not done good. WWE is definitely doing their thing. 99% of these state characters have mental and substance abuse issues. Listen, and completely separate from that, there's people like I spoke on before There's people who don't even have mental health issues. They are just simply a B word or a A word, and it just is what it is. The same way there's people who do have mental health issues and substance abuse issues who are genuinely good people. They just have a sickness, you know? You said blasphemy. That's just something that I really had to come to terms with. It just is what it is. People are very selfish. People have weird behind motives behind what they do, what they accept, how they move. And that don't got nothing to do with you. That's on them. Completely on them. And the whole point in the thought is, behind the thought, is even with all that being said, you can't allow for yourself to become hardened. It doesn't matter, my buddy. Um, you can't allow for yourself to be hardened by that because that's not healthy and it doesn't do you no good and it doesn't do the people that you have in your life that do support you and uplift you, doesn't do them any good, and it doesn't do anybody in the future that may come into your life any good, because then you're punishing yourself and punishing others for the actions or lack of actions of somebody else or of other people. Hold on. Stop trolling me. Stop trolling me. Talk about you can't hear. Talk about you can't hear. Yes, you can. You little fibber, you. Why you fibbing? Why you always lying? I know, I know, I know, I know. I gotta get back on my gene. Gotta get back on my gene, if you know what I mean. I gotta get back on my gene, if you know what I mean. Bars. Miss Heavy, well, I hope and hope you are also. Yeah, I'm good. Kiss my cheeks. I just feel really enlightened because I get mad and upset over things that ultimately do not even matter and people who ultimately don't even matter. And it shows and it does not give. But you can't let that change who you are and how you give it up. You gotta make sure you don't deal with unworthy people. Just great, scrappy do that. Hey Blaze, how are you doing? Another example, if not one of the best examples. Blaze is a very busy man, and yet and still, he's gonna check on me, make sure I'm straight. That's not asking too much, I don't think. Lord, don't tell me you're in some trouble again. No, I'm not at all. I'm not. I think I'm just. I think I'm just really tired of like certain type of people because I don't give it up in a way, in certain ways. But like I was just saying, you can't allow that to harden you. It just is what it is. so to say. It just is what it is. And I can say, at times, there have been times, there are times when you need someone. There are times where I will say folks are lucky that I know I got a couple watchful eyes on me, or else they will be getting chin checked. It's not even worth it or that deep. Shit don't make people upset, make you upset. People just disappoint. People just disappoint, and they have no problem disappointing, but yet and still will show up for garbage, and that bothers me. But I can't allow it to bother me because I have so many people who do show up for me and who do appreciate me and who know that I appreciate them as well as support them and appreciate the support that they show me. That's the major key. Never mind those who choose to disappoint or choose to not be there for you or support you. And never mind who they do choose to be there for and who they do choose to support, regardless if it's garbage. That don't got nothing to do with you, nor is that your concern. Especially, and like I said, you have loads of people who do care and support you. Let me see. I guess I sound upset when I'm really not. I could care less. Yeah, a lot of things are just subjective. Like, if people don't know, they don't know. And a lot of times when they think they know, they don't know. But they speak as if they know. You know? You know? Well, buddy, you a false snitch at that. 'Cause I'm not into nothing. No type of man. You just gotta do a little bit of spring cleaning in regards to folks, because everybody's not worthy. Dang girl, stay some ish. You gonna say I knew it? You ain't know it. You ain't know it. What you talking about? Hey SDK, good evening. How are you? Well, I hope. You said that's before your time. What? That's my song. I'm about to get off of here and I'm gonna listen to it and put it on my wall. There are times when you need someone, I will be by your side. You should say, that shines. That is my song. People don't understand certain things. People don't understand certain things, and sometimes it's not for them to understand. It's not to be understood. Let me see. Let me see. Well, I hope. That's always the hope. Yes, you do show up. You show up and you show out. And I appreciate that. I don't understand what's so hard to understand about not wanting to be fed crumbs. I can't get full off of crumbs. I'm little, but I cannot get full off of crumbs. Knocking crumbs out your hands and trying to hand them to me. I was late last night. I was upset. Yeah, never mind none of that. The people who care about you, they're gonna be there for you. And we make time for the things and the people we want to make time for. I don't care what nobody says. Even if it's not a whole bunch of time, we make time. And what we don't do is take away from time that can be spent and on people who are genuine. You know what I mean? And place that time on other people who are not genuine. But cool, that's people's prerogative. I just keep game and keep it moving. That's how I choose to do it. Because some people like the dumpster and the juice. I don't like neither. So let them play with the garbage. We got things to do. We have things to do over here. And I got to get back on my dean, if you know what I mean. Because some people just like to be seen. I want y'all to feel me. That's time to just be up here just to be up here. Doing a bunch of yelling and carrying on about things that don't ultimately matter in the smaller or the bigger scheme of things. That's what we're not going to do. And now I'm cooking and of course laundry. I dig it. We about to get out of here soon. You tell on me speaking Puerto Rican. You do it just so boldly and proudly. I don't need to tell on you, punk. You guys are talking to each other, cool beings. Despite how people may feel, I don't take this seriously at all. And you really have no problems with anyone. It just is what it is. It just is what it is. I peep behaviors. I peep how people move. And I keep it moving. Because it really don't got nothing to do with me. V, can we agree? Oh, okay. Something like that. Yeah, I like that song. Listen, V, sometimes the best response is no response at all. If you don't give them what they want, they'll have no power. Move differently. Facts. Let's do that. Facts. Because, like I said, it ultimately doesn't matter. Folks who choose to move in certain ways in regards to you, they don't care, or else they wouldn't be moving in that way. Duh. So let them move that way. That's on them. They will learn, and you don't need to be there to witness the learning to know that they will learn. That's just big facts. Big facts, big facts. The same way if somebody does something to you, which I may do a live on this in the near future about like the human or need or want to feel like we gotta get our lick back, so to say, or we gotta be the one to deliver somebody's karma to them for the things they have done or the things they have said or whatever have you. Vengeance is not mine. People are gonna get what they get. They're going to learn. And it's not going to be by my hands, and it doesn't need to be by my hands. And I don't need to be around to witness it. People are gonna get what they get if they have not already gotten what they got. And I don't got nothing to do with me. All I have to make sure I do is move the way I move and love on the people who love on me. That's for anybody. That is for any and everybody. Okay. What the heck? Let's see. No bars. You hating. You hating. You hating. Nah, that's not gonna happen. That's not gonna happen. I wish I would. I wish I would. I wish I would. I do think somebody will definitely get blocked and banned real quick. I don't care. I don't care in the slightest bit. That thumbnail of the dumpster juice is epic. I think I deleted that live too. I should revisit that because that is a real metaphor. That is a real thing. It does exist, but I'm telling you, see how that juice just runneth down? Ew, don't touch me. But in order for the juice not to touch you, or for you not to get a whiff of that dumpster, you gotta be nowhere near it. You gotta be far away from the dumpster, so that way none of this juice touches you, none of that funk gets on you. I don't want the funk or the juice from the dumpster to get on me. But some people love it, so let them love it. That's your prerogative. This is just entertainment for me. I'm here to do so much more. So much more. Don't call me names. That's funny. But not Blaze. That's definitely not gonna happen. And that's why it's important that when you come to terms with certain things, you gotta actually come to terms with them and then keep it on. Keep on moving and handle your business. Never mind what other people got going on. They don't got nothing to do with you. But those are my little thoughts. I'm going for this little strolly stroll. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate you. And I hope y'all have a great evening. Bye.